guys, happy Friday.
Happy Friday!
And thanks for tuning in again with another episode of the Coffee Breakup.
You sound depressed, son. You okay?
I am a little bit.
You're in love or something?
I'm a little sad.
Oh, never mind. You have others.
There's a lot of things going on. As many of you guys are knowing, the whole coronavirus it's a pretty big deal.
Hence, it's Corona time.
Yeah, irony, but
Okay, I'm sorry.
that's okay. No, happy Friday, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This week we'll talk about.
Before we get into that, please remember, check out all our content. You know, we're on all social media, Instagram, obviously YouTube if you're watching us, Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, SoundCloud, anywhere, you name it, we're there. Link in our bio on Instagram, and it'll lead you to all avenues. Check us out, like, subscribe, follow, and most importantly, share this with someone, especially if it's relatable. And yeah, today is kind of like a very current event type topic.
Absolutely.
I would say a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Yeah. It's very. I don't know. It just feels weird.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's Corona time.
Happy Friday. I think very ominous times. It just seems very off. I think with everything that's going on, and I mean, you know my stance on the virus, and some people take it serious, others don't.
Yeah, what's your stand on the virus? Because there's a lot of back and forth with the media saying like, oh, it's not a big deal, it's nothing that serious, but other people are freaking out. There's no toilet paper. I'm wiping my ass with dollar store toilet paper.
Exactly.
I'm fucking bleeding out that shit.
Fucking rash.
Yeah, son.
Okay, so my stance, is it serious? Sure it is. Is it as serious as they're saying it is? I do, but not. The virus itself, I don't think so. If you look at the virus, I mean, it's. What's scaring me is that people freaking out about it, and what's happening to our economy.
Yeah.
And I mean, you see it. You're in the banking, so you see people. People just the gifs.
People are panicking.
Yeah, they're panicking. They're hectic. They're iffy. I work in hospitality, and our industry has been obliterated.
Yeah, I mean, there's like
Exactly.
almost no stores are open.
Exactly.
I know that one of where you work, it's there's no one's going in. You're not even allowed to be open there.
Exactly.
So imagine there.
And so we're in Miami, but this is globally. This is in the U.S., L.A., New York, Dallas. I have people from all over, and they're telling me, bro, the cities are shut down. And so what's scary? Like people are like, oh, are you scared? I'm like, no, I'm not scared of dying from the virus. I'm not even scared getting it. What I'm scared, and I work in hospitality, I work in the airport. I'm scared of the implications that this is going to have on our economy, of paying for rent, like the global impact it's going to have on the market, and what's going to happen to the housing market and to the food supply, and that is what's scaring me, not a virus that kills less than like about 1%.
Yeah.
Of infected people,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not. It's new virus. Obviously, it could still mutate in whatever the case might be. But generally speaking, if you're young, if you're healthy, this virus will not kill you. Now, that being said, you can easily give it to somebody. Give it to your mom. Give it to your dad. Give it to your infant sister, and they can easily die from that. So, in the fact that you can have this and not show any symptoms and still be infectious.
That's the scary part.
That is scary. Up to 2 weeks, I believe, right?
Yeah, right now it's about like 14.
So you can have it and you can feel great, and then you can hug your grandma and kiss your grandma on the cheek, and she'll get it, and she'll succumb to.
Yeah, she's
to
the
that
one that's
virus.
really gonna be affected by it the most.
So ultimately, if you're affected by this, I feel your pain. It's rough out there. I think we're heading in some tough times. A lot of people comparing this to the 2008 market crash. Yeah.
I mean, that was for different reasons, which,
Of
I mean,
course,
that's another,
but
it would have gone more towards student loans this year because, I mean, it's like, there's all these loans being pulled out and nobody knows what to do with them. But whatever, that's another topic altogether. But who would have thought? The coffee breakup going into the current events, talking about what's happening. Yes, another podcast and another person speaking about coronavirus. And it's just very relevant right now. And I think that we can kind of branch this off as to what could be done. And you know what? Let's talk about what about like dating or talking.
Right now?
Not someone who has coronavirus.
I know.
That was at first. I was
he wanted
dying to talk about this,
Yes,
and they wouldn't
man.
let me. But I got my way. And instead of talking about that, I just start thinking about what can we like. Let's say you are dating or you're trying to talk to someone, or you actually are together. Maybe one's working and one's not. What would you do during like this whole quarantine thing? Like, would you go see them? Would you go visit them? Where would you, like, let's say you want to see someone, would you go to them? Would you bring them over? You know what I mean? Like,
so okay, so I mean, it depends where you're watching this because different cities have different regulations and different rules right now. Miami-Dade here, Miami, everything's pretty much shut down. Even the beaches, the gym.
Yeah, did you see the picture of someone like they had shut down like the entrance actually towards the beach? Like the beach you could go to, but like to actually walk towards the sand where the lifeguard and the water is, they put a sign and people are sunbathing in front of that sign before walking. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you later.
I haven't seen it, but I mean, listen, it's March. The weather's great. People here from spring break. That's another big thing.
Yeah,
that's rough. Exactly. And now I mean,
yeah, those guys don't give a fuck.
I mean, now they're a little bit further up north because Miami-Dade, you can't even do anything here. So to answer your question, I mean, like if you're dating somebody, they can come over, or you can come. I mean, I would.
But what if they've been like what if they got not infected, but because for example, I'm working every day.
Yes.
So I'm in the financial industry.
Right.
And I deal with customers, although we've limited our exposure to them by closing down like the lobbies and stuff, where we're limiting the possibility of transmission. But like let's say either like money, or if they come in, like I do allow one customer in and they touch something and then I accidentally touch it too, or maybe like a door handle. And then you're at your house quarantine or something. Like, how would you handle a situation where, like, let's say you do talk to someone and then they show up, and then like, do you allow it for them to meet with them, or are you really like quarantining?
No, I feel like the whole quarantine thing is like if you're not leaving your house, then that's a quarantine. But like a lot of people throw that word around, and then they still go out to the supermarket, and they still go out.
Well, because some places still have to be open.
Some places have to be open. Pharmacies have to be open. Gas stations have to be open. But if you leave your house, you're not self-quarantining. Like I don't know. But like I work at the airport, so I work every day. I've worked every day too.
Yeah.
So when I work, I'm like airport.
Yeah. What if you like touch up? Yeah. What if you touch like a bag? Or
I do touch. Like I mean, I wear gloves and everything like that. But like, I wash my hands after every flight, after everything. But it's all about hygiene, personal. I mean, essentially, it's not airborne. You never know. But at the same time, like if I was 20 years older or whatever, like I would be feeling differently about it.
Yeah.
I'm not scared about this fact. It would suck to get it.
I am afraid because my parents are a lot older, and if I were to get it, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I will go through a quarantine right now and get infected. I don't care. But the fact is, sharing that with someone else, and especially, someone who's older as my parents, that's my biggest concern. I would hate to, be the cause of that.
That's devastating. But like my sister gave birth today. Beautiful
baby
boy.
My boss is in the same situation. Beautiful her sister's about to give birth, and she's like petrified. She's afraid to go close to her.
Yeah, and they're not letting her get out of the hospital for a while just because of that. The baby has no immune system. That baby wouldn't last a chance against that virus. So I'll know that I can't see my sister or the baby or the baby daddy for a very long time. And same with my mom. My mom's a little older, and she has some underlying health issues. I'm not gonna go see her. I talk to her on the phone. I live I don't really I live by myself, so I kind of like mind my business. It's a little but I am vigilant of who I surround myself with, or when I go to an elevator, try not to touch the knob, and the little things like that where I'm more aware and you see everybody else doing it. I'm gonna go out of my house in like a full hazmat suit? No.
You can't even buy like the little masks anymore.
You can't find anything anymore.
Like we have where I work, we're able to go online to order products every month.
Yeah.
For supplies and stuff.
Even that.
And we tried ordering like Lysol, they out of stock. We tried ordering hand sanitizer, out of stock. We tried hand sanitizer, out of stock. Sprays, out of stock. Clorox, out of stock. The masks, out of stock. Like, it's almost impossible. Now you go to a supermarket, they don't even have the fucking toilet paper. Yeah. So people are really going crazy.
No, they're panic buying. Like, it's like if everybody just buys what they need, you'll be okay. Like, I tell people, the food's not gonna run out. Store's gonna stay open. Like, yes, the bar closes, clubs close, restaurants close, but the supermarket's not gonna close. CVS is not gonna close.
Yeah, it's almost like the only option you have to like see someone is like either like in person that they go over, like you guys could, or like link up in a park.
Yeah, well, even now the parks are shut. Like
what?
Yeah, it's a public place. They're shutting it down.
Really?
You can't even like Miami Beach where
I know that.
They closed that off. Like
I heard that.
But the only real way, especially now in this thing, is they have to come over, movie night
or FaceTime. Yeah. Both of you guys turn the movie on at the same time and just watch it, and just lay in bed together and just pretend.
And if somebody else uses the restroom, you're just gonna both pause it and then
Yeah, I know. Out of respect.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So
tough times. None of us has ever been through this. I've never lived anywhere where I couldn't go to a restaurant. Yeah, dude. And I tweeted about that jokingly. I was like, a lot of people are not used to being out of the club for more than 2 consecutive days.
The club?
Like, yeah, the club.
Yeah.
Like, people like love to party and stuff.
Well, not
like
only that, some people work directly, like or like they're promoters or like they work in that industry. Like
same with bartenders and servers and runners and cooks, where everybody's been compromised and I feel their pain because I'm in that industry as well. So it's tough. We're just gonna ride it out. But if you're dating, I mean, that's gotta put that a little bit on the backseat because there's a little more pressing matters.
Sorry, guys. I wish we had more guidance and tips on dating and relationships during this time.
Yeah, it's a tough time out there, but.
But you know what? I will recommend one thing that you guys may be able to binge watch during this, and this is what I've been telling you, which I've been wanting to talk about. So we're gonna be bridging 2 topics together. But during this coronavirus, if no one's allowed to go out, you guys still have access to Netflix. So if you do, Love is Blind. So someone has been telling me, have you seen it? You've seen it. He's seen it too. Have you been watching it? You tried.
I saw some of it. I haven't finished it.
Okay, so I finished it, and I think it is very, very interesting. And pretty much the topic is, we'll explain it for those who don't know, but a lot of people, they've been telling me to cover it, so they already know.
Okay.
It's, 2 people, 2 groups of people, male and female. They come together. They get put into each separate pods divided by a wall, and they converse within each other, pretty much trying to get to know each other. And, if you mesh with someone, you have like a set of less than 5 days or 10 days to propose. And then after 10 days to propose. And then that's when you see them for the first time. After you build that.
Yeah, essentially it's blind marriage, right? You don't.
It's like So yes, good. Yeah, good way of saying it. Instead of blind dating, it's like finding marriage, your soulmate immediately. You see them, and then you have to match pretty much the personality with the face to see if you can actually live and actually get married outside.
Yes. So for people who they might not be clear with it, it's pretty much like you falling in love with somebody you've never seen.
Yeah. So pretty much you're just seeing their personality and trying to build that person based on who they are as themselves. And you only have a set amount of days, so it's almost like a honeymoon stage where it's like right as soon as you meet, everything is good because you want to show your good qualities. But as the series goes on and as the episodes go on, you see disastrous people. So then I wanted to bring this topic up because one is very relevant. A lot of people have been talking about it, and since it's kind of in our alley and in our wheelhouse.
Sure, no, I agree.
Do you think that you'd be able to go on a show like that and actually fall in love, or do you think that because I know that there's a set of 5 love languages. Do you know them off the top of your head?
Physical touch,
gifts,
words of affirmation, quality time.
I think there's one more.
And
Luch, can you Google it, please?
What's the 5th one?
Put love languages. Types of love languages.
I got 4.
It's 4?
No, it's 5. We're missing one.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But regardless, so then putting towards real life, do you think where do you fall into it, and do you think that you'd be able to actually go on a show like that and actually meet someone and whatnot? Halfway before we go, how far in are you?
Like 5 episodes.
Are you okay? So do you know Jessica?
On the top of my head.
Jessica's the blonde one that's dating the guy Mark, who's shorter. You can say it, go ahead.
Acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, physical touch, and words of affirmation.
Good. So we're missing the first one. Which one was it?
Words of affirmation.
No, the first one that you said.
Acts of service.
Acts of service was the one that we were missing.
Yeah, like washing somebody's car,
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that.
Okay, so then do you think that you'd be able to actually get together and
so I never met them, just talked to them, and then fall in love with them.
I guess I would say it's personality. Yeah, it is. But do you think that a personality is enough to actually be with someone long term?
I think.
Can you fall in love with their personality so much?
I think personality is what matters because looks fade, and even for me now it's more relevant than ever. If you would have asked me a couple of years ago, I would have told you, hell no, they have to see them first.
Yeah.
Would I be open to it to get to know somebody that I've never met? Sure. I don't know, but looks are important for me because I care about my physical appearance.
Have you seen this guy? No, if a girl catches you, she's gonna be the luckiest woman in the world. But then what if he gets so? No, the good thing is what I've noticed it looks like they kind of have.
But they did it on purpose. They didn't put some slob.
Yeah, fucking somebody over
no, they didn't put
blackball them.
Oh my god, but.
I did notice that.
They're not, and they're all semi-successful. I mean, they're not losers.
Right? Yeah, they're pretty. Most of them, because there was one. Her name is Amber, who ended up being with Barnett. She was like the crazy one. She was pretty brown hair. You remember her? That girl, she had no job, or she just lost her job. All she said in the episode in the season was a mess. Yeah, she's like, my dream is to be a stay-at-home mom.
She said that.
Remember? Yeah, that's all she wanted to do.
Wow.
So then there was also, yeah, well, I mean, she seemed like a nice girl. And they clicked pretty well.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, like that's all she said. Like multiple episodes, like I really just want to be a stay-at-home mom. That's like my dream. And it's like, it's obviously different with times how we're very like, you know, not you have women that want to be equals, but then you have women who want to be
a stay-at-home mom.
Stay-at-home mom. I mean, I would love to be a stay-at-home dad if the woman was bringing in the cheese, you know.
Okay.
But so yeah, there were those people. But do you think? Like, what if you hit it off and you're like, man, wow, this person is everything.
I would be, but the thing is,
and they open the doors.
Exactly.
And it's like your complete opposite.
No, I wouldn't be able to commit. Like, marriage is a big step. It's forever.
Yeah, but what if like that emotional connection you guys made was so strong that, well. So
do I have to like do this and commit to them, like meeting them, and then I have to marry them?
Okay, so then I'll tell you what happened at the end a little bit.
Okay.
There was a couple that they made it through till the end, and where the marriage was gonna be, and they ended up not getting married. Oh, the guy said no. Remember? Did you watch the whole? The guy ended up saying no.
And did he give the reason?
He just said I forgot the exact reason. They were both pretty good looking. Like the guy was a good looking guy, and the girl was hot, and she was just a little aggressive. She's like Hispanic, Latin from Miami. I think she was Venezuelan.
Oh, so they're passionate and.
Yeah, so like that culture. I mean, because I'm Hispanic, I'm Latino, so like I can understand like where she's coming from. It's very aggressive, very like quick, loud, like I want things now. And he was more like laid back and chilling. Like he put his foot down, but they were both still good-looking people, and they had a great relationship. Although there was back and forth with a lot of like bad issues. But then at the end, before getting married. He said no, she said yes, and then on the recap or on the reunion, they were still dating. Like they gave it another shot.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Cool.
But the goal is to get married.
So the answer, I mean, would I get on a show like that? I wouldn't get on a show. That's not because
I would do it.
You would do it?
Think of the coffee breakup, bro. We would.
No, but if like you personally, like, would you do it?
So when I started watching it at first, I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's like reality.
But I think I would try the experiment because who knows? I mean, I've been single for a while, and what's a while? I would say maybe 2-3 years. So
you're like, fuck it, I might as well.
It's not that. I just think in the culture that we're raised here in Miami, it's very difficult to really find someone who has the same values and is willing to be on the same page as you are. I mean, I know that you and I, we kind of see things very similarly when it comes to dating and relationships. Mm-hmm. And, you want to find someone who's quality. I think over time, that's you want something that's really going to hold over time. And that's going to be someone who's quality. It's not about looks. It's not about, going out every weekend and meeting them wherever it is. Right. Sometimes you will find that, but I think with that, you're really forced to just be in this like confined space with these people and really get to know them.
So you think it puts the blind situation, the fact that you don't see them, puts you ultimately in a better situation?
It's almost like they say, for example, if you lose one of your senses, the rest of them gets heightened. I don't know if you've heard of that. I don't know if it's true, but for example, like someone who's blind, like everything else.
Yeah, they can smell very well. They can hear very well. I agree.
Right? And it's almost like this. Like, let's say you're driving your car. Have you ever noticed that people, they're like, I can't see. Let me turn the radio down. Yeah. It's because of that, actually. Like, because now if you're listening to the music, you're now balancing out your senses. So when you turn off the radio, you're not hearing anymore, so you're able to focus better. So it's actually the science behind that. So that's why I kind of believe, I don't know if I'm not a scientist, but that's what I've heard. So I think eliminating the fact that you're able to see someone for who they are allows you to really focus. I agree. On the quality of human that they are. And I think over time, that's what's going to matter. I'm very big when it comes to the physical. I think ass is great. I think tits is great. But I think for me, a face is what's going to hold over time. Whether it's natural or all, fixed up with plastic surgery. Right. But I do think that a face really holds over time because whether you're old or young, tits will sag. Ass can be fixed in the gym or however else you want to do it. But a face is really, over time, you're still going to have the same qualities.
Yes, I agree. I mean, listen.
But I would still sacrifice that to really meet someone who's genuine enough who would really connect with me.
I agree. I get it. I mean, listen.
That, right? I should be I'm in sales. I should convince you.
No, I mean,
you up to season 2, Love Is Blind, featuring Marvin Schultz.
Hey, sign up for it. No, listen, I'll be open to it. I wouldn't probably go on a show, but I like the idea behind it.
But where else would you do that?
This just being a show like on a like reality TV show.
Right, but think about it, like you're forced, like I mean, like you're forced to be there, because like if you just do it like on a little sign up thing down the street in Hialeah, they're gonna be like, hey, we didn't think we'd get this far.
I get it. Yeah, whatever. I mean, sure. Listen, I think looks fade, and I think I rather, and this is more, like more, it affects me more now so than ever, because when I was younger, I wasn't really thinking that way. But when I meet somebody, looks isn't like, I've met some really, really attractive women, and I'm like, I just can't be with you because we don't see eye to eye in certain things. Yeah, of course. Yeah, dude. Like, and the guys were like, "What? You want to?"
And it's crazy.
Hot ass chicks.
It's crazy because then those guys who aren't there. There's another meme that I've seen, or another post that's like, "Oh, you know, what is it like? Just because like I don't know if like she's recently single or whatever." Or like guys are dying to get with her, but little do they know that they're in a relationship or there's someone else that is neglecting her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's that other side that people don't.
People
don't
think,
see.
especially because you're looking at it from the outside, you see this hot ass chick, you think this is it. Bro, the grass isn't always green on the other side.
No, you don't know anything.
Yeah, exactly. And so this girl could be, you know, is just blah. You know, some girls you talk to, you can't even have a conversation because it's just dull. And so yeah, I get it, 100%. You know, their personality matters so much more than physical looks, because I'm dating to marry. So in marriage, you know, at some point I won't always look like this, and the person that I would, you know, marrying, she isn't always gonna look like that the way she is. So looks fade, but you know what's gonna last is like that personality, that character.
I mean, that's why I would be open to it. I mean, there was another. You know who Matthew Hussey is, right?
Yes.
I think we've discussed.
Yes.
So there's this one part that he said, it was almost about like dating or approaching women, and one of them, it's like, you know, once like the pieces are set and the situation is provided for a guy to approach a girl, or like you see a girl, you think that she's very pretty and you want to get to know her, you're attracted to her. You know, some girls will be like, oh, so all you care about is looks, and it's like, that's all I have to go off. Like, I don't know who you are. I don't know anything about you. So that's why I think that blind aspect of it allows you to really get to know the person. Now, I guess you have your fingers crossed, hoping that the looks match.
Sure.
But I think the most important thing is, you know, after that honeymoon kind of stage where you first meet them and everything seems great, to match. Because why I asked you if you knew who Jessica was. Jessica is a fucking nutcase. That girl, she was like in love with two people.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, she ended up, I guess, settling for the other person because the other person that she was obsessed with ended up picking somebody else. And that girl seemed like really cool. She was down to earth, loved sports, loved everything, good job. Bro, nuts. Fucking crazy. And then she was 34. Mm-hmm. The guy that she ended up marrying was 24. I don't think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I remember the guy. He was like the youngest guy on the show.
Yeah.
And I think I remember her too vividly.
Yeah. So then that kind of backfired. I don't want to say it was because of the age, but that kid was trying so hard to bend over backwards to be whatever she wanted him to be. Like, she could have been like, I love guys who lick bird shit off the floor, and he would have been like, baby, oh my god, I love bird shit off the floor. That was the type of person that he was, and it was frustrating because he wouldn't put his foot down. But that girl kept on changing because she wanted to be with somebody else. That girl was fucking crazy, and you don't know that until you really get into it.
Yeah, no, I like the idea of like meeting somebody based on getting to know them based on their personality. But under no circumstance, I would say I commit to somebody for life, and after 10 days. That's the goal.
No, I think 30 days was was the full amount to get married. Right. In order to leave the pods, you have to propose.
Yeah, exactly. Propose after 2 weeks or at any point.
Okay, so he says it was 10 days. You need to propose by then, and then I think the other 30 was to get married. So then they would take you to like a honeymoon place where you can go to a resort,
right?
So you can spend time there without distractions. Then they would grab you and put you during like with your real life thing, like in your real life routine. Someone would go to work. The other person would just be a stay-at-home mom because she couldn't get a job.
No,
and then they would meet their families.
Exactly. No, like I feel like that's great. Like personality is important, but I can't say I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with this person based on their personality. I think there's more to it. There's moving factors, and I think we're gonna talk about this moving forward on another show. But like I'm not gonna say I'm gonna marry this person after 10 days and spend the rest of my life with this person.
I mean, that's part of the experiment.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Because the fact is, like, you're there stuck with them for so long, where you find out everything that you would in months within those days, like just personality, no looks,
not personality. But
you're not there on a date for an hour.
Yeah, but like you don't see them when they're sick. You don't see how they live.
You're only
you don't see how they could be you could be a clean freak and they could be a filthy animal.
No, but I mean, you discuss like your routines, and then you kind of feed off of that. But I do see your point.
Yeah, I think experience is your best teacher in that aspect as well. Especially
I say it all the time.
Yes, I know. I took that from you.
What? Speak up.
I took that from you.
Say it louder into the mic.
No, I am speaking. I can't let you know that. No, but no, like this. I mean, I really this is something we're gonna get more into another topic.
Yeah.
But marriage is a sacred thing, and it's like, am I gonna say I'm gonna propose and spend the rest of my life with you after 10 days? I like the concept of getting to know somebody's personality. That's great. But saying I'm gonna commit to you after 10 days of talking to you for an hour each day, and in a, behind closed doors or like a bot, that's not really me.
Yeah.
But I really like the idea of getting to know somebody's character, because nowadays everything
before looks.
That
would be interesting. I wish there was. I almost wish that there was a way.
Because you have blind dates and stuff like that, but it's like you still see them. You just don't know.
It's like blind date is almost like you got set up.
Yes.
But the date starts with seeing each other.
I actually imagine if you go on a date and you can make you at a spot and you don't see them, and then you can leave and you come back.
But at the same time, there's no regulations of who gets chosen. It could just be anyone. That's why on the show, they can pretty much be like, okay, well the guys have to be at least a 6.5.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if not, if it's just out random, you're gonna catch someone from the wild. Just be like, oh yeah, I love traveling. Marvin, you found your soulmate because they love traveling. But then you have like a gorilla on the other side.
Yeah, so I guess the show's more, obviously directed and it's clean cut, and versus the real world obviously isn't. But I mean,
verdict.
The idea is good in principle.
Yeah.
I think it's important to get to know somebody off of their character rather than looks. Because looks, you can see somebody and then the looks, you're like, damn, this person looks good, and you kind of like overlook some of the flaws. Maybe.
You're willing to settle or almost accept because they have something.
And you do it subconsciously. You don't even do it like actively. Yeah. You're like, man, this girl has really, really nice boobs. Let me forget the fact that let me forget the fact that she's somewhat boring or doesn't even have anything in common with
These
you.
are the nicest tits I've ever seen. I can't let this go.
Yes.
Type shit.
Yes.
I'm just like an example.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so I get that. I think a lot of people do it. Maybe more. You don't even realize you're doing it. So yeah, I like it. The verdict overall, I think it's I'm probably not gonna finish the show.
We should register. I'm serious, bro. You spit all over the place. That was the second time you spit all over the place.
Sorry.
We should register. Let's see what happens.
Sure, let's do it.
Let's do it. Packed. Cheers. Ching ching. Ching ching. Thank you for coming. Ching ching. No, but for real, we should do it. We should just see what happens, because maybe we won't get casted, and if we do that, we get casted. Even though there's a coronavirus going on, so who knows if there even be a thing. Exactly.
No, but what do you think overall? I think
well, in terms of coronavirus, stay away. So I think we're kind of breaking the rules right now, because we're very close.
And like you work in a bank, I work at an airport. I mean,
we good then. Even if we're affected, we good. No, but aside from that, I would be open to the blind dating thing. Like for the Love Is Blind, I think it's cool. And you know what? I think when we go home and when we're done here, we should go and register.
You first, and I'll follow suit.
All right, fine. Well, guys, thank you very much. You want to wrap it up with anything?
Yeah,
specific?
absolutely. Wherever you guys are watching it, stay safe. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Like, favorite. Give us feedback, comments down below.
Let us know what you think about what we've said, and let us know if you want to argue with us. And we have to wrap it up actually really quick. So one more thing is, if there's anything else that we could be doing during the coronavirus. One of the lights is off. Anything we could be doing during the coronavirus situation, let us know so we can binge watch something else. Thank you very much, guys.
Ciao, guys. Thank you.
Oye, que hito, man.
See, that's why you gotta turn the lights on later.
You see? Yeah, fuck.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching today's content. We hope you guys enjoyed the show.
And if you did, please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below. And follow us on every other social media platform. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Go ahead and follow us, leave us a comment, and any feedback helps. Whatever you leave us, we'll be able to touch up on another show, or we'll be able to get back to you with any other comments. Thank you.
Thank you guys.